Back time now, 9:13. Well, Columbia is about to get very busy with friends and family coming in town for Mizzou's graduation. Thousands are set to graduate, and as you can imagine, this is a very big production. Many hours, days, months, weeks, they go into planning for these ceremonies. Joining me today for more on how this process works is Brenda Selman, the University Registrar, and Paula Tees, assistant registrar. I know you guys are both extremely busy, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me today, because you're in a very busy mode right now this week, with that coming up just this weekend, tomorrow even. Well, first, Paula, just tell me about the whole role that you guys play in this process of overall what the registrar's office does.
I am the point person for the schools and colleges here on the MU campus. I coordinate ordering their commencement programs, setting the flowers. We also produce the schedule of the ceremonies for each term. I also coordinate the honors convocation. That is totally under our control here at the registrar's office. We actually do everything from planning it to working with the chancellor's office and with the honorary degree recipient. It's just a big production for our office.
Yeah, so not only just handling all the actual ceremony, but actually making sure those students graduate too.
Yes.
So that's a lot of work. Well, kind of tell us how long does it take to get everything together? Kind of tell us that process.
Planning our 16 commencement ceremonies held under 3 days. We start a year in advance, but we have hundreds of individuals who are involved from multiple campus departments. It is a huge undertaking for us, but it does well for us because we have including the academic administrators, landscape services, construction services, visitor relations, and many others that help us plan this event.
Oh, that's a lot of people that are involved. 16 ceremonies.
Yes.
And that's a very big process. And how does the university pick the speakers for each commencement ceremony?
Each school and college has their own process for picking their commencement speakers. Over the years, our graduating students have heard from vice presidents, entertainment celebrities, accomplished businessmen, and well-renowned scientists. We're fortunate to be able to attract the top-notch speakers in the nation to come and speak to our graduates as they proceed on their journey into the professional world.
Any big ones this year?
This year we have the Missouri Supreme Court Justice that is speaking at the law school, so that's pretty important.
Oh, certainly. Well, we also want to talk to you, Brenda, kind of about your role. Well, how does the number of graduates this year compared to last year?
We're up approximately 200. We have about 5,500 graduates we're anticipating that will participate this May.
And is each time you increase that, I mean, it's good for the school, but is it more work for you?
It can be, in that we have to make sure we allow enough time for the ceremonies, and the more students that you have participating, it can lengthen ceremonies, so that makes it why we have to continue to tweak the schedule a little bit.
Oh, I can just imagine. And what does MU do each year to kind of improve its graduation rate?
We have been working on this for some time. We're proud of the fact that our retention rate is about 70%, whereas the national average is closer to 60%. And we start with freshmen. We work with the freshman interest groups where students take classes together as well as live together, which is one of the ways that we start them off on the right foot. We've continued to tweak that by adding additional software in the past year that helps students. We can flag them when they have issues so that we can say, hey, maybe that test, you need to come in and talk to us, as well as give them kudos, encouraging them when they're doing well.
Yeah, because it's one thing to just get enrolled into school, but to graduate, finish those 4 years, or more for some in certain cases, but it's just a great thing. Overall, we were kind of talking before you came on air, this is such a big process that you're already working on next year's. You have December's done, right? I don't know who wants to take that question.
Yes, we do. We'll still do some things like commencement programs and ordering the flowers, but basically I have it all planned. I have kind of the idea of what we want to do, and the schedule's out there. We put our schedules out there a year in advance so parents can start planning their travel arrangements. Hotels do book up every weekend for commencement weekend.
Yeah, don't try to go out to eat this weekend. That's my advice. And what would you say to people, families? It can be a long day. It can kind of be hot in there. What would you say? What's some advice to families that are going to be sitting through those ceremonies?
Dress comfortably and in layers. Some venues are cool, some are warm. You'll probably have quite a bit of walking, and people don't always anticipate that. They come dressed up, and sometimes they're amazed at how far they may have to journey to get to the ceremony.
I remember when my husband graduated a couple years ago, I wore the worst shoes, so that's good advice. Well, anything else that you have to say about this upcoming graduation this weekend?
One thing I would say that all the graduates need to come out to the quad, Francis Quadrangle. We'll have the banners hung on Friday morning, and they'll stay there until Monday morning and take their pictures with their families.
Well, thanks again. I know you guys are so busy. I'm sure you got a lot going on today. I'll let you get back to doing all that, but thanks again for taking the time to talk to
Thank you.
us.
Thank you.
Well, now here's Bridget.